We turn now to the Clutha Southland electorate, home to outgoing National MP Todd Barclay, and to the controversy surrounding his departure and the earlier departure of electorate office staff member Glenys Dickson after Todd Barclay secretly recorded her. A new candidate for this very safe national seat is about to be selected. There's 3 nominees, but we've also been told there's been significant concern amongst some long-standing National Party members in the electorate about the handling of the Todd Barclay affair. This was previously Bill English's electorate, and he's still strongly identified with it. Now, last month, Checkpoint put in an Official Information Act request for the correspondence Bill English has received about Clutha Southland and Todd Barclay. We were happy for identifying details to be redacted to protect privacy. But this afternoon, we received a reply declining that material on privacy grounds. Last week, Winston Peters revealed Bill English had sent hundreds of texts to Glenys Dickson in the months leading up to her resignation. The Prime Minister won't join us to discuss this on the program, so our reporter Logan Church asked him about it at his media conference in Christchurch this afternoon.
Prime Minister, why did you delete the Glenys Dickson texts?
I've answered all those questions and I'm not going to comment on them further.
Sorry, Prime Minister, have you supplied any texts to the police following any investigation? Have you given the police any texts?
I think I told you I've answered all of those questions and I don't intend to make any further comment.
The media conference was ended shortly after that, so with the Prime Minister not answering questions there and not joining us on air here, we went back to the party, who've consistently declined our invitations to discuss Todd Barclay. As they select a new candidate, why did they reselect Todd Barclay in December last year, given what was known about him? Now, Party President Peter Goodfellow has consistently refused to answer that question. In fact, he's repeatedly not returned our calls. But this morning, I got through to him.
Look, I just wonder if you have a moment to discuss the reselection of Todd Barclay in the context of what was known by the time he was reselected in December 2016.
Well, I've got 5 minutes for an 11 o'clock meeting, but I'm not quite sure what the issue is there.
What the issue was, as is well known now, is that Glenys Dickson resigned on February 7th last year in circumstances that required the long-serving Clutha Southland electorate agent to be paid a larger than usual departure settlement using money from the Prime Minister's own budget. What exactly did the party that 10 months later reselected Todd Barclay as their Clutha Southland candidate know about that? What exactly did the party president know?
The allegations were, John, I would have to go back and think pretty hard about something that I haven't thought about for a while.
Did you know that the PM's budget had been used to pay a larger than usual termination settlement to Glenys Dickson because of Todd Barclay's behaviour?
No, I think I learnt that when the text, the contents of the text came out.
And that was in the newsroom investigation in June of this year, almost 18 months after Glenys Dickson had resigned. So, Party President Peter Goodfellow hadn't been told. Of course, Glenys Dickson had previously worked under Todd Barclay's predecessor in the electorate, Bill English. And Bill English did know what Todd Barclay was accused of, why Glenys Dickson had resigned, and also about the size of the settlement. Now, 6 weeks ago on Checkpoint, we asked him how Todd Barclay was reselected in such circumstances, and he replied,
Well, in our party, the selection process is totally devolved. It is totally the responsibility of the electorate. The actions I had taken were to pass the information I had to the electorate chair. The electorate chair is the person who runs the selection.
The electorate chair was Stuart Davey. He resigned just after Glenys Dickson on the 28th of February last year. He wouldn't talk to Checkpoint, but an electorate source has confirmed to us that Stuart Davey had indeed passed on what Bill English had told him, and also what he knew from the electorate office in Gore to senior figures within the National Party, including the party's Southern Regional Chairperson and the National Party board member representing electorates in that region, Kate Haslett. A fact I raised with Party President Peter Goodfellow. The party people, and we're talking here, I guess, about Stuart Davey, were referring up within the party apparatus, weren't they? So they were talking to Kate Haslett and Rachel Bird, weren't they? That's not in dispute, is it?
Well, that's my understanding, yes.
And Kate Haslett and Rachel Bird were passing that stuff on to you and Glenda Hughes and all sorts of people to varying degrees.
Well, yes.
So what exactly did the party president know? What were you told? Can you paraphrase that or Pracey
John,
that for me?
I don't see any value in doing that now.
Why not?
From the party's point of view, and you're asking me from the party, we are now in the middle of another selection, which is to find the candidate for 2017. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on going back.
But when Todd Barclay was reselected, what did the party know? What exactly had their electorate staffers and officials told senior party officials about the National MP seeking re-election in Clutha Southland? Long-serving and faithful party servants like Glenys Dickson and Stuart Davey had told people like Rachel Bird and Kate Haslett...
Well, long-serving and faithful party servants who are now members of another party,
yes, but,
and actively working for another party.
Yes, but they weren't at the time. They weren't, and one can...
Are they? I mean, these are people who are no longer long-serving and faithful members of the party, John. I know you keep saying that, but actually there's no doubt that not everybody has turned out to be as long-serving and faithful to the party, and they've become members or supporters of another party.
One of those people was Glenys Dickson, who worked in National's electorate office there for 17 years. How much exactly did senior party officials know about the behaviour that drove her out?
I don't really have a whole lot more to contribute. We're underway with another selection very late in the piece, and we're determined to get a great candidate for Clutha Southland.
Peter Goodfellow, National Party President. The Prime Minister wouldn't join us on the program, and Todd Barclay has declined all our requests to speak to us.